Hi, this is Kelly Hodson from KV News. Tonight we will have 5 special guests, 2 of whom which will be discussing international issues and 2 of whom will be discussing national issues, and our last guest will be discussing a rather interesting topic. So, let's get started. So, our first guest today is Asian correspondent Tim Wong. How you doing, Tim?
I'm alright. How are you, Kelly?
I'm quite good. Glad you're here.
Happy to be here.
Alright, so our first topic of discussion is Chinese and Taiwanese trade talks. So, Tim, could you give us some background on this situation?
Yeah, sure. So since his election in 2008, Ma Ying-jeou, the president of Taiwan, has been increasing trade ties with China. And previous to this president, there wasn't a lot of economic engagement between Taiwan and China. But now China has become a very Taiwan's become very dependent on China for an export partner. And so this new trade pact, which they're talking about, would result in opening 80 of China's industries to Taiwan and 64 more of Taiwan's industries to China. So this would really increase trade and increase the flow of trade between the two countries.
Yeah, I mean, that seems all well and good, except for the fact that this trade would actually hurt small service companies in Taiwan and, in effect, damage Taiwan's economy.
Yes, that's actually a big fear among the minority party in Taiwan, which is the Democratic Progressive Party, is that the new trade talks would hurt smaller business industries. And in order to combat this and to go against the trade pact, many students have actually barricaded themselves within the parliament chambers of Taiwan. And so this is a way to sit in and protest the trade talks which are going on. And it's also a way to go against the fact that the democratic ideology of China might influence, the political ideology of China might influence the democratic ideology of Taiwan.
It's an interesting situation.
Absolutely.
I guess we'll see how that is, being that a decision has to be reached by April 8th. So
Yes.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Kelly.
We're here with our next guest, Dmitry Yakoslov, who's going to talk to us about Russia and Ukraine and their intense involvement with Crimea, the region.
So, Russia's been attempting to annex Crimea recently, and this is in response to a referendum which the people of Crimea held. And the Russians state that there was a 97% approval to move Crimea from the Ukraine's dominance to the Russian Federation. And the United States, the European Union, basically the West, believes that this is an illegal referendum and it's a violation of international law for Russia to annex the region.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I mean, Russia actually stated that they had no intention of, doing anything about this, and yet the NATO commander in Europe said that there has been a buildup of Russian troops along the eastern Ukraine border.
Yeah, so basically we started enacting economic sanctions in response to this annexation, and Obama stated that he would continue economic sanctions if Russia made any more aggressive moves. And I think this militaristic move by the Russian government, by building up troops along the eastern border, is a threat, and Obama needs to respond to this with his statement by being tough and enacting further economic sanctions.
See, now I disagree because, they could just be overreacting, and wouldn't that even cause more of a crisis or a diplomatic crisis between U.S. and Russia? I mean, there already is tensions, as it is.
Well, I think if this is a realistic threat and we don't address it, then there could be even more of a crisis, and that would be even more detrimental to diplomatic relations.
All right. Thank you, Dmitry. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Kelly.
Of course. So our third guest is Bob Smith, a minister at the First Georgia Baptist Church, and he is here in light of the fact that Michigan District Judge Bernard Feynman recently overturned the gay and lesbian marriage restriction in the Michigan State Constitution. Hi Bob, how you doing?
How y'all doing today? I'm doing great myself.
Yeah, we're pretty good here too.
Glad to hear it. So, yes, us down in the great state of Georgia believe that Michigan is not doing the right thing with this overturning of their great ban on same-sex marriage. We believe that marriage is the bond between man and woman, and that in order to have a fruitful family, we need to have a man and a woman raising a child. So this ban, we believe, was absolutely correct, and they should continue with this, and we hope that the appeal by Michigan Attorney General Bill Schuett, a firm Republican upholding the ideals of true America, will follow through and maintain the state's great constitution.
Right. Now, what do you think about the Cornell law professor then saying that this is the period of overturning these kinds of cases? This is the popular trend now, whereas more gay and lesbian couples can get married. You know, this is what is happening now, and this is what has been the recent trend of cases.
Well, we believe in the great state of Georgia that this trend is just a travesty towards the American family. And we hope that the Supreme Court, if it gets there, will rule against these recent decisions. And we hope that the firm American public will uphold ideals which have been true to this country since its founding.
All right, thanks. We'll see you later. So we're here with our last guest of the day, local marijuana user of New Jersey, Junyoung Chung. How you doing?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Woohoo! Last guest of the day, pretty special. Closing it off strong.
Tubular.
Right. So, apparently Senator Nicholas Scutari is trying to get marijuana legalized in the state of New Jersey, where you can not only use certain amounts, but you can grow up to a certain amount. How do you think this is going to affect the public?
I think it's going to be great. I do not see any downsides to this plan at all. I mean, you see in Colorado, everyone's flocking to the marijuana dispensaries, getting $2 million a month in sales tax. I don't see any downsides.
Right, I know. Apparently, if we were to follow Colorado's example, we would get $100 million annually, which could be used per se to use on some programs Chris Christie has cut back on, specifically the New Jersey Transportation Trust, since that is right now economically unstable. So.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I know my friends will be very happy if this legislation was passed. And I think it's going to be well regulated by the new police department proposed, which is the Division of Alcoholic Beverages and Marijuana Control. So, I mean, I don't think they have much to worry about as far as this is concerned.
So you don't think it would get too out of control with the new department?
First he said he wouldn't pass it, but I think it'll get through.
Yeah? Oh, well, that's an interesting take. I hope the best for you. I hope, maybe it could get through. Maybe, medical marijuana use, it's supposedly had some good effects, so certainly better than cigarettes, that is.
Okay.
Yeah, just hope you don't, we don't take advantage of that if it does get passed in New Jersey. All right, thank you, Mr. Chung.
Good to be here.
Now we have here Barry Lewis, a resident of Bridgeport Township in Michigan, and he is also his local leader for his mariachi band. Hi Barry, how are you?
Hola, Senorita Hudson. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks for asking.
I'm glad. Glad to hear it.
So, I heard that in the last meeting, the board meeting, there was a bit of a ruckus. Am I right?
It was almost like attending the Cinco de Mayo festival in Bridgeport, Michigan. A lot of ruckus.
Oh, whoa.
So
That sounds like quite the ruckus. Yeah, apparently this guy, Mark Adams, 59, on his 59th birthday, actually attended the board meeting and refused to stop talking even after the 3-minute expired for the public speaking session. So, what was that like? I mean,
well,
you seem pretty aggressive.
yes, got a little aggressive. I was at the board meeting promoting the mariachi band playing at our Children's Day concert.
Of course.
So I was there, and it did get a little wild and crazy. The police had to come and escort him out. I believe
That
it's
was
happened.
his-
Yeah,
first-
it's happened a couple times before.
Oh my
here.
gosh.
Yeah, so a bit of a fireball, a bit of a Mexican fireball, if you will.
Yeah, no, I totally get you. It's strange because he apparently accused, and I quote, the police of violating, and the local government of violating the Freedom of Information Act, police harassment, corruption, hate crimes, and described some of the alleged activities as Taliban style. He is also white, so this was an interesting commentary on how their local government is running things. I wonder what sparked this initially.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Bridgeport residents get a little heated up at the Board of Education meetings, but you know, for the most part, we're a pretty tight-knit community, I'd say.
Yeah, I bet I could say the same about Robbinsville most of the time. Alright, thank you, Barry.
Glad to be here, Kelly.
Of course. I hope you enjoyed our 5 guest speakers. Don't forget to join us next time as we discuss the creepy clown of Staten Island. This is Kelly Hodson from KB News, coming at ya.